Having me here today. I really do appreciate the opportunity to be able to speak not only as the Dodge County Sheriff, but on behalf of many of the sheriffs. I understand I am the president of the Sheriff's Association. Some of the things...
Could you pause for just a second?
Certainly.
I would ask the other members on the panel, please silence your mic, and you'll see with the light, it might eliminate some feedback. We'll see what happens.
Certainly.
Sheriff Schmidt, continue.
Thank you. I represent many opinions of the sheriffs of the Sheriff's Association, not all, so I'm not speaking as the president here today, but I do have a number of incidents that I would like to share with everybody. As you know, being the sheriff is a very tasking job. There's a lot of work that I have to do. This morning I was out looking for a young lady who was missing. Found her, thankfully. Right now I am supposed to be back where I have 17 individuals doing a search warrant and a homicide investigation. There's a lot of things that we have to do. I thank you for taking your time to be here in your home state or come from across the country to be here. I do note, along with Mr. Van Orden, what he indicated earlier, I'm disappointed that we don't have individuals here to hear what we have to say here today. We are your constituents, and we have concerns, and I thank you for hearing them. I hope you can take them back to the other side and share them, but it's very important stuff for you to hear, and I really thank Senator Johnson for being here, but where's Senator Baldwin and other members of the other side? That's very concerning to me as a constituent. I elect you to be here just as Congressman Fitzgerald elects me to be his sheriff. I have a responsibility to him. You have a responsibility to me, and I appreciate you hearing what we have to say. With that being said, some of the sheriffs that have shared some very serious things with me. If Trump doesn't win this election, we are screwed. That's a quote from one of our sheriffs. Another sheriff, people don't understand how bad it is. If you would have asked me 10 years ago when I became sheriff, if I'd be sitting here in front of you talking about a border crisis, I would have said, no way. No way. We aren't in a position where it's going to be this bad. I'm here to tell you that is not the case. You obviously know that is not the case. In my 24 years of law enforcement, I have never seen the type of criminal element from outside of our borders in our home state here of Wisconsin, our border state of Wisconsin, like we are seeing now. And it didn't take me long to reach out to our fellow sheriffs and say, hey, what have you got around the state for them to come back to me with some incidents? And there's crimes of all kinds from around the country, or around the state. I'm going to start with a couple of them in my own county that happened here recently. The first one, really the first arrest took place under President Trump at the very end of his first term. The DEA, in collaboration with our agency, made an arrest of an individual from the Sinaloa drug cartel, in which they seized 81 pounds of methamphetamine. 81 pounds, that's a small human. 5.5 ounces of fentanyl. 5.5 ounces of fentanyl will kill 156,000 people. From one person, from a cartel member that lived in the city of Juneau. 3,000 people, my county seat. I'm here to tell you we have cartel members in every single one of the counties in Dodge County. I'm sorry, in the state of Wisconsin. It is happening. And we thought, okay, the DEA is here. The federal government is here to save us on this one. No prosecution. He was arrested, no prosecution. They were going to work him. To this day, I don't know that this individual has ever been prosecuted for any of those offenses. In November of 2022, our drug task force came to me and said, hey, we've got this guy again. I said, what do you mean we got this guy again? I thought, isn't this guy in prison? No, we've got this guy again. They had some controlled buys into him, made an additional arrest, and ended up with 4 pounds of methamphetamine, another 4 pounds, 2.1 pounds of marijuana, and $51,000 in suspected drug money, which was all seized. My people did the right thing. I don't know what happened after at transition of power to the Biden administration, because under Trump's administration, they were doing a good thing, and then all of a sudden it just fell off the table and nothing happened. 2 years later, into the Biden-Harris administration, we have to come back and arrest this guy, and we have possession with intent to deliver more than 50 grams of meth, possession with intent to deliver marijuana, 200 grams to 1,000 grams, maintaining a drug trafficking place, possession of drug paraphernalia, 3 counts of manufacturing and delivery of methamphetamine. Blows me away. We have him in prison now. The state is now paying for him to be in prison. He shouldn't have been here in the first place. And the state is going to pay for him to be in prison for 18 and a half years and then have him on supervised release for 10 years when he shouldn't be here in the first place or should be in federal prison. That is a problem. That is a problem that's now on the Wisconsin taxpayers to take care of him. Another comment that was made earlier about law enforcement in other countries. We don't have them taking a hold on our state here in Wisconsin yet. It's coming. We will have more cartel members coming into the state of Wisconsin. We will have more instances of individuals threatening our families. It's going to happen, just like it happens in Mexico, if this continues, if we don't stop this. I'm fearful for my family. I'm fearful for the family of those that serve with me, that when we have cartel members in it, we're going to arrest individuals, that they're going to turn around and say, they're going to hand us that DVD and say, what are you going to do if we don't do something soon? Other incidents. We had a scammer from India. Tried to scam somebody out of $81,000 in Dodge County just last month. We were able to get in, intercept, and take this person into custody in the midst of the deal. We don't always get to do that. This was really cool. We got him in custody. He is now in our court system, and we are hopefully working on some kind of deportation process, but we got a $500,000 cash bond. We'll take care of it here at the state because the federal government isn't doing it. But I sure wish the federal government would. Fond du Lac County incident. Individual on March 22nd of 2024, the individual was stabbed. An illegal alien left the victim for dead. Just left her for dead. Fond du Lac County, in collaboration with two other counties, was able to take this individual into custody on multiple charges: first-degree intentional homicide, mayhem, first-degree reckless injury, aggravated battery. Those are all pending. Another Fond du Lac County, just over the county border. 12-year-old female had just shown up at somebody's door. She broke away from somebody who was sexually assaulting her, had her bound, had her gagged, had her blindfolded. She broke away. She had enough power to get away and get to somebody's home and seek help. And he paid for her. And he paid for her from her mother. Unbelievable stories that we're hearing right here in Wisconsin. Oconto County, an individual who was found dead laying in a park in Green Bay Shores State Wildlife Area. The Oconto County Sheriff tells me that his staff worked really hard on this, only to find out that this individual, the victim, was dealing, and this individual owed the suspect money. The suspect goes, finds him, picks him up at his home, takes him out to the park, a couple rounds, puts him down. And here we have a homicide in quiet Oconto County in northeast Wisconsin. I could go on time after time. There's all kinds of incidents. We have illegal driving, people not having licenses. We can't identify them. Incidents where we're stopping people on the side of the road, and we can't identify them. One incident on Highway 41, right in our county. 4 individuals. None of them would identify themselves to us. One of them we figured out who it was. 3 of them we took to the jail. One we find out has a U.S. Marshal Service warrant. And you know the U.S. Marshal Service warrants aren't cheap warrants. They're felony warrants. We didn't know who that was. 40-minute ride to jail before we figured out who it was. More and more of these individuals are coming into our county. Fentanyl is killing people. We have 1,500 people a year dying in Wisconsin because of fentanyl overdoses. And I would love to put up a border around Dodge County or around the state of Wisconsin, but we need the federal government to do that at our southern border. I appreciate your time. I've got so much more, but I know I'm out of time and welcoming your questions.
Thank you.